Morning, Rabbi. How are you?
Okay, good morning, Harvey. How you doing? Everybody okay?
Yeah, I'm stuck in the car today.
You're stuck in the
Cleaning people.
car.
Well, the cleaning people are here, so I'll do it out here.
Uh-huh. Okay.
No, not a problem.
I guess that's the advantage of having, right, uh, equipment that can change its location.
Right. It runs through my radio in the car now.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
interesting.
it's
That's
called
interesting.
CarPlay. Yeah, my
That's it.
GPS and Zoom, they're all there.
Oh, very good. That's a good idea.
Here
Okay, good
comes
morning, Ted.
Teddy.
Okay, we'll wait another minute and then we'll get underway. Because again, this morning they're long amudim. Okay, we should be on 105 today,
Mhm.
right?
Yep. Here's Erwin.
Morning, Erwin.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, okay, I'm just, okay. Okay, we're going to actually start on the last line. Morning, Bob. Okay, now that you joined us, we'll get underway, all right?
Morning.
On the last line of 104B, Kaf Dalet Amud Beis, the very last line, okay? Okay, so we had a statement by Rav there, okay, and then we have a statement by Rabbah. Mark, in other words, how would you go from one letter to two letters? He said you remove the top, the roof, so to speak, of the chet, and you get two zions. Okay, right? Or another example might be you remove the extra little piece on the top of the dalid, and you wind up with a resh. Okay, so that's the last line of, as I said, Kaf Dalid Amud Beis is where we're going to start. Tana, says the Gemara, was taught in another Braita that Kavein Lichtov Ot Echad, his intent was to write a single letter. Okay, now we're on to Kaf Hey. Va'alu biado shtayim, and as a result, he wound up writing two letters. Chayav, okay, says he's culpable according to this Braita. Vahatnan patur, but didn't our Mishnah teach that he should not be culpable? Lo kasha, says the Gemara. Okay, ha de ba'ai ziyune, ha de lo ba'ai ziyune. Here is one case where he required the crowns on the letters and therefore would be exempt. Okay, ha de lo ba'inu here. Okay, where he did not require the crowns. Okay, on the letters, and of course, this is example we gave with the Zion as opposed to the Chet. Okay, all right, a double Zion would equal be the question with the Chet. Okay, so that's where we start now. Ktav ot echad notarikon. If he wrote a single letter, okay, and using it as an abbreviation. Rabbi Yoshua ben Batera Mechayev v'chachamim potrin. Rabbi Yoshua ben Batera said he was culpable, okay, because the abbreviated form, okay, would be recognized, okay, and the sages say he is exempt, right? Amar Rabbi Yochanan Mishum Rabbi Yossi ben Zimra. He says. Now, we get into a bit of a digression here. Since we talked about use of abbreviations, they're going to go into this more homiletical discussion. Minayin l'lashon notorikan min haTorah. How do we know that we find that the Torah recognized abbreviations? Okay. Shenamar. Why? Because we see the following pasuk, as it's written, Ki av hamon goyim netaticha. Okay. In other words, it's as if the name Avraham was an abbreviation for Av Hamon Goyim. Av netaticha le'umot. Okay, as a father I gave you, I made you over the nations. Right? Okay. Furthermore, Bechor netaticha, okay, be'umot. Another letter, you're chosen among the nations. Hamon, okay, there the Laman. Chaviv netaticha ba'umot. Beloved, again, are you among the nations. Right? Melech netaticha le'umot. Okay, I will make you king. In other words, appoint you above as an authority above the nations. Vatik. Okay, here Vatik is supposed to mean distinguished. Okay. I've made you netaticha ba'umot, above the nations. Ne'eman netaticha le'umot. Trustworthy, faithful have I made you among the nations. Okay? So again, seeing at all of these at Avraham as if his name was an abbreviation, okay, for all of these things. A new drasha, Rabbi Yochanan didei hamar. Rabbi Yochanan, on the other hand, okay, based on his own interpretation, okay, his own authority, it gives another, Anochi, namely in the beginning of the Aseret HaDibrot, wrote, where he says, I am the Lord your God, etc., etc. Okay, Anochi notarikon, Ana nafshi tivat yahivat. Okay, I am the being, the person, the I myself was the one who wrote and gave you the Torah. Okay, Rabbanan Amrei Amira, and the rabbis also interpreted Anochi, namely Amira. Okay, a statement, a beautiful statement, Amira Ne'ima. Okay, Ketiva Yehiva. Okay, namely that it was writing as a gift that was given. Ikadam, right? And there are those who darshan it the following way. Anochi lemafreya yehiva kativa. Okay? Namely that when Hashem wrote, okay, that it is such that the writing can be interpreted backwards and forwards. Okay? That's how the writing is to be understood. Ne'emanim amrei, okay, that right, going to be faithful, okay, right. Debei Rabbi Natan amrei, and another example, the Academy of, okay, Rabbi Natan, okay, says as follows, right. Another example, Ki yaret haderech v'negdi, the pasuk, because the way is perverse, yaret before me, right? What does that stand for? Yer'eh ra'ata natata, okay? That referring to the animal of Bilam, right? That the animal saw, like the animal was afraid, the animal saw, and the animal then turned aside, okay? The Bei Rabbi Ishmael Tana. Again, another example. Okay, the Academy of Rabbi Ishmael taught the phrase Carmel. Okay, and here Carmel refers to basically ears of ears of corn. Car Malay, that it stood for they're rounded and they're full. Okay. Rav Acha Bar Yaakov Amar, He gives another example. Vehu kilalani kilala nimretzet. Okay, citing the example, in this case, from Kings, okay, when David was saying that he was cursed with a grievous curse, nimretzet, that is a notarikon. It's an abbreviation. What did it stand for? No Efu. Why? That he was an adulterer. Moavihu. That he was like a Moabite. Rotseahu. That he's like a murderer. Tsorerhu. That he's an adversary, an oppressor. Okay? Toevahu. That he is an abomination. Okay? Now, Nimretzet. Rav Nachman Bar Yitzchak comes with another drasha, right? Amar, he says, Ma nidaber uma nitztadak. Okay? Citing what shall we say and how shall we prove ourselves innocent, clear ourselves. Again, from the Breshit, right? Nechonim anachnu, saying that we are honest. Tzadikim anachnu, we are righteous. Tohurim anachnu, we are pure. Dachim anachnu, we are innocent or submissive. Okay? Kedoshim anachnu, that we are holy. And we finish that piece. Okay. New Mishnah. Okay. Again, still dealing with the issue of writing. Okay. Hakotev shtei otiot, one who writes two letters, right? B'shtei he'elamot, with two different states of awareness. Echad shachrit ve'echad bein ha'arbayim. Let's say in one case he wrote it in the morning, and in the other case he wrote it in the afternoon, okay, towards evening. Rabban Gamliel Machayev. Rabban Gamliel says them in Mishnah, he is culpable, v'chachamim potrim, and the sages say he is exempt. So the Gemara asks, b'mai kimiflage, what are they arguing about? Rabban Gamliel savar, ein yediyah l'chatzi shi'ur. Okay, Rabban Gamliel holds that in regards to awareness, in a situation where one has only committed half the guilty or half of the measurement to render one possibly guilty, okay, it doesn't apply. And therefore, okay, what would be his situation, okay, that even though they were separate occasions, he would be guilty in each case. Rabbanan Savrei Yesh Yediyah L'Chatzi Shiur. There is an awareness, according to the rabbis, okay, for half a standard, okay, half an amount, and so therefore not till they are combined, okay, could the person be held responsible. That's why in that situation, they would hold him exempt, okay. Hadran alach haboneh, and we complete that particular parak. Okay, our new parak, okay, is going to continue to deal with other av malachot. And in this initial parak, we deal with two particular items. One is with weaving and one is with trapping. Okay, now, to what degree we're going to be seeing references to a loom, okay, and weaving, okay, will be a significant part of this initial discussion, okay? We remember that that was a common trade in Eretz Yisrael at the time, making garments, weaving garments, okay? And that you had the warp, you had the woof, and horizontal and vertical. and you had items that needed to be parts of the loom. Okay. Now, Rabbi Eliezer Amir says Rabbi Eliezer the following, right? Right. This is, of course, dealing with Shabbat. Ha'oreg shlosha chutin b'tchila, one who would be weaving 3 threads initially, okay, in terms of a garment or a piece of cloth. Ve'achat al ha'arig, okay, and one of the thread is added, okay, to what's already been there on the loom, okay. Right? Chayav, he is to be considered culpable. But the sages say, bein b'tchila, bein b'sof, whether it's at the beginning or at the end, shiuro shnei chutin, that the measurement, okay, is a minimum of 2 threads to make the person culpable. Ha'oseh shtei batei nirin b'nirin, says the Gemara, the Mishnah. One who is making 2 cross pieces or slips, okay, right? Bekirus, benafa, ube kavra, okay? We're talking about cross pieces or slips or pieces that join together like a sieve or a basket, okay? Bekavra, ubesal, right? In those situations, in other words, interconnect them, right? Chayav is culpable. Okay, next, v'hatofer shtei tfirot, one who sews 2 stitches, right? V'hakorea almanat litfor, and one who tears for the purpose of sewing 2 stitches, shtei tfirot, that individual would also be culpable. Now, it says our Gemara. Okay. Ki ata Ravi Yitzchak, Tani Shtayim. When Rabbi Yitzchak, who came from to Bavel from Eretz Yisrael, okay, arrived, he implied that 2 weavings, 2 stitches, okay, so to speak, was going to be 2 threads was the minimum shiur. Okay, va'anan tnan shlosh, but here in our Mishnah it teaches 3. Lo kasha, says the Gemara, it's not necessarily problematic. Ha ba'alime, here when we're talking about the thick. Ha bekatine, here when we're talking about thin. Okay, in other words, the kind of garment. Amrela lahai gisa, va'amrela lahai gisa. Okay, there are those who said explain it in one way. There are some who explain it in the other way. Amrela lahai gisa, those who say it in one way. Alime, when we're talking about the thick threads, tlata lo satre, that 3 threads are not known. They're not, they don't unravel. Okay? Then, right? Tre satre, but 2 threads would unravel. Katine, if we're talking about thin cloth, tre nami lo satre, 2 threads also don't unravel, don't become recognized or known. Va'amrila, and others say it, lahai gisa, in one direction, katine, if we're talking about thin garment, tlata yadie, that 3 threads might break, are recognized, okay. Tre lo yadie, but 2 will not be recognized. They won't be known, they won't break. Alime, tre nami yadie, but they said with a thick, okay, thread, wouldn't 2 threads also be recognized? Might they not unravel? Tanya, and therefore a Braita teaches. Ha'oreg shlosha chutim b'tchila, one who weaves 3 threads initially, ve'achad al ha'arig, and then 1 additional thread on what is already woven, chayav, is culpable. Chachamim umrim, and the sages say, excuse me, bein b'tchila, bein basof, whether at the beginning or at the end, shiuran shnei chutim, that the minimum shiur is 2 threads. Ubisafa, okay, and when we're talking here now about the edge of the garment, okay, shnei chutim berocham, we're talking about 2 threads in the length of the garment. Shlosha b'tei nirin, or we're talking about 3 on the cross pieces of the garment, the width of the garment. Ha, lama ze domer, what is that similar to? Okay, le'oreg tziltzul katan. Okay, it's a situation where he is weaving the hem, a small hem along the garment. Shnei chutin berocham, shlosha b'tei nirin. Okay, 2 threads are would be the length, and 3 threads the width. Okay, now we continue. Ha'oreg shlosha chutin b'tchila, says the text. One who weaves 3 threads initially, ve'achad al ha'arig, chayav, stama k'Rabbi Eliezer. Okay, and 1 set across, okay, is culpable. This is basically the general view. It seems to be the view of Rabbi Eliezer. Tanya idach. But we have another Braita, says the Gemara. Ha'oreg shtei chutin al hagas, one who weaves 2 threads along the border, va'al ha'imra, okay, are also along the hem, chaya, would also be culpable. Rabbi Eliezer omer, afilu echad. Rabbi Eliezer says even if it's only 1. Ubesafa shnei chutim berochav, shlosha batei nirin chayav. But he says on the edge, if it's 2 threads, okay, lengthwise, 3 threads across, culpable. Lamad zedamer, to what is this compared to? Le'oreg tziltzul katan, to one who is weaving, again, a narrow, if you will, edge, right? Okay, along the edge. Shnei chutin al rochav shlosha batei nirin. Okay, again, with a length of 2 threads and a width of 3 threads. V'hareg shtei chutin al hagas, and one who weaves 2 threads along the border. Okay, v'al ha'imra, and also on the hem, chayav stama k'rabanan. That person would be considered culpable, general by the rabbis. Okay. Now we go to the next piece from that Mishnah. Ha'oseh shtei batei nirin. Okay, one again who is weaving widthwise, or like a basket stitch across. Ma'i nirin, b'nirin. What do we mean by these slips across? Okay, a slip is actually a kind of slide that goes up and down on a stationary loom. Okay, and it's parallel to the poles of the loom. Okay, Amar Abaye, tarte b'batei nira. He says there are 2 of them. Okay, in this case. Okay? V'chada b'nira. And there's only one for the cross piece. Okay? So that is the way the loom was built, right? Bekirus, when we talk about kirus, what is that? My bekirus, what do we mean by the cross piece? Okay, Amar Rav Mitzuvita. Okay, again, it's the piece that moves across the loom, right? So we can see already that by the time of the Moraim, they had different terms for some of this equipment. V'hatofer shnei tfirot, and one who sews 2 stitches, right? Hatanina ba'avot malachot. But this has already been taught in regards to the primary categories of work. V'hatofer shtei tfirot, and one who sews 2 stitches. Mishum dekave lemitna seifa. Why did they say this again, in a sense? Because they wanted to teach, okay, and establish what's said at the end of our Mishnah, namely where it says, V'hakorea almanat letfor shtei tfirot, one who tears in order to sew 2 stitches. Katani nami, they also taught hatofer v'hakorea. They taught both about sewing and about tearing. Ha nami tnina ba'avot malachot. But again, we say here, wasn't this also taught in terms of the primary categories of work? Elamishum dekave lemitne sefer. Again, because they wanted to teach what was going to come at the end of the Mishnah, hakorea behem bechamato va'al meito mishum hachi katani hatofer shtei tfirot, where in our next Mishnah, okay, which we're going to get to momentarily, one who tore the garment out of anger or tore it as an act of mourning for his deceased, because of that, they also wanted to teach about the idea of sewing 2 stitches. Okay, back now to the end of the Amud. Hakorea amanat letfor shtei tfirot, one who tears in order to sew 2 stitches, right? Hechi mishkachat la, under what situation do we find this, right? Let's roll over, okay? Da'avda ki kista, right? Right, because what? Because in this case, we're saying that what he's doing is he wants to make some sort of a pocket on the garment, right? He tears it and then he tucks it underneath so that he can then sew it again. Okay, our new Mishnah on the top of Amud Beis. Matnitin, says our Mishnah, Hakorea bechamato, one who tears the garment in anger, ba'al meto, or in mourning for a deceased loved one. V'kol hamikalkalim, and anyone then who does so for the purpose of damage, peturin, is considered exempt. V'hamikalkel almanat v'taken, but one who damages it, okay, in order to repair it, shi'uro k'mitaken. The minimum measurement would be similar to the example of one repairing. Shi'ur hamilavein. What about the minimum measurement for milavein? In this case, for what we would call bleaching the wool. Vahaminafetz, one who combs the wool. Vahatsoveya, or one who's dyeing the wool. Vahatoveh, okay, or one who is spinning the wool. Kimelo rachav hasit kaful. It is the width of a double, I'm going to call it finger breadth is one translation. So what is this seat, this measurement? Okay. It is suggested by some Meforshim to be the distance between the tip of one's thumb, okay, and the middle finger. Okay, right? So that could be one example of what this seat is, twice that. Others want to say it's from the tip of the thumb to the beginning of the middle finger on the hand, at the palm. Okay, so there's some differences of view as to what this measurement of a seat is. Okay, let's go on. V'ha'oreg shnei chutim, says our Mishnah, and one who weaves two threads, shiuro kimilo hasit, and its minimum measurement to be culpable is a full seat. So we have one that's a double, one that's a single. Gemara, urminhu, and we'll challenge this with another braita as follows. Hakorea bechamato, one who tears the garment out of anger, uba'avlo, or from mourning, ba'al meto, on his loved one, deceased, chayav is culpable. Va'afal pi shemechalel et Shabbat, and even though they may do so on Shabbat, and it would be considered a desecration of Shabbat, yatsa yedei kriya, he has nevertheless fulfilled the requirement of rending the garment. Lo kasha. It doesn't have to be a disagreement between the Braita and our Mishnah. B'meit didei. In one case, we're talking about a reference to his own deceased relative. Okay? Right. Ha, b'meit da'alma. The other is in regards to a decedent in general. Okay? So the Gemara asks, Vaha meito katani. But our text says meito. Our Mishnah says his deceased. It teaches it. La'olam b'ma b'meit didei. Here we're clearly talking about his own decedent. Ubahanach delav b'nei avelut minhu. And the others are not individuals that he necessarily must have an obligation to mourn for. Okay, what example might that be? Ve'i chachamhu. Okay, and if it's somebody who is a sage, okay, if the deceased person was a sage, chiyuv v'mechayev. Okay, he's still bound to mourn the person. Titania, as it talks in a Braita, Chacham Shemet Hakol Krovav, that when a sage dies, it's as if all are his relatives. So the Gemara says, Hakol Krovav Salgada Atrach. Do you really think all are considered his relatives? Ela Ema, I would say, Hakol Kikrovav, that all are like as if they are his relatives. Hakol Korin Alav, that all basically rend their garment for him. Hakol Chotzin Alav, they all bear their shoulders for him. Hakol Mivarin Alav Berchava, that they all eat the mourner's meal in the plaza, in the open space of the town. Lo Shricha de Lav Chacham. No, that was only needed to be taught, okay, if we're dealing with a sage. Vi Adam Kasherhu, and let's say instead, okay, if the person is call him a righteous person, a person of integrity, and somebody is present at the time of his death, Chiyuvi Mechayev, isn't that person also expected to have an obligation to mourn? Titania, because we're taught again in a Braita, Mipnei ma meitim banav uvnotav shel adam Keshehen Ktanim. On what basis is it that younger sons and daughters of a person die while they're still young? Kedei sheyivkeh v'yetabel al adam kasher. In order so that a person will learn to cry and mourn for a person of integrity. Kedei sheyivkeh, in order so that they should cry, asks the Gemara. Arvona shakle minei. Okay, as if we're saying, take that away from him. They're going to take that security away from him. That's a reason. Ela mipnei shelo bacha v'hitabel al adam kasher. No, because he did not cry and mourn for a person of integrity. Shekol haboche al adam kasher mochlim lo, because anyone who cries for a person of integrity, mochlim lo, he is forgiven al kol avonotav, for all of his sins, b'shvil kavod she'asa, because of the honor that he attached to that person. So the Gemara here also says, lo tzricha, this was only necessary to be taught, the lav adam kasherhu, if it was not a person of integrity. Ve'i dekai b'shat yetziat neshama, says the Gemara, and if somebody is present during the time of another individual's passing, chiyuvi mechayev, does he really have an obligation to mourn? The Tanya, as we're taught again in a Braita. Rabbi Shimon ben Eliezer Omer, he says, Umeid al hamet b'shat yetziat neshama, one who is present, standing there at the time when a individual's life passes, okay, the soul passes, chayav lekroa, is obligated to tear. Lama zedomer, what is this compared to? L'sefer Torah shenisrafa, to a Torah scroll that's been burnt. Lo tzricha, again, we don't need to teach this, except in the following. Zelo kai b'sha'at yitziat neshama, when one is not present at the time of the person's passing. Tenach meito, says the Gemara. That may be fine if it's his own individual, own family member, his own decedent. Ela chamato, achamato kasha. But when we deal with anger, okay, and the other example of anger, we have a problem. Says the Gemara, chamato, achamato, nami lo kasha. With regards to anger, also we don't have a difficulty. Ha Rabbi Yehuda. One is the view of Rabbi Yehuda. Ha Rabbi Shimon. The other is the view of Rabbi Shimon. Ha Rabbi Yehuda. Here, the view of Rabbi Yehuda. The Amar Melacha she'ein tzricha legufa chayav alei. Where Rabbi Yehuda says work that is not done for that intended purpose, if it's still carried out, the individual is culpable for it. Ha Rabbi Shimon, the other here is Rabbi Shimon, the Amar Melacha she'ein tzricha legufa, patur aleh, who says that work that is not carried out for its intended purpose, one is exempt. Amar, I might say, however, the following. The Shem'at le the Rabbi Yehuda b'metake. Have you learned what then is the view of Rabbi Yehuda in terms of improving something? B'mekalkel, mishemat le, okay, in destroying something and damaging something. Have you learned this? Have you heard it from him? Amar Rabbi Avin, says Rabbi Avin, Hi nami metakenu. This also deals with a situation of improvement. The ka'avid nachad ruach liyitzro, because even in terms of the anger situation, because Rabbi Avin giving what we would call a psychological answer, it improves the person's mental attitude. Okay? And in that situation, would we permit it? Asks the Gemara. Vahatanya. Okay? Isn't there a Braita that teaches? Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar Omer, he says, Mishum Chilfa bar Agra, in the name of Chilfa bar Agra, okay? Sha'amar Mishum Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, who then says in the name of Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, Hamikareh begadav bechamato, okay? One who tears his garments in his anger, v'hamishaber kelav b'chamato, and one who breaks utensils in his anger, v'hamifazer me'otav b'chamato, and one who throws his money around in anger, yehei be'einecha ka'oved avodah zarah. It should be considered as if he's equivalent to an idol worshiper. Right? Why is that? Shekach omunato shel yetzer hara, because this is the pattern, okay, of the evil inclination. Hayom omer lo aseh kach. One day he tells him to do this. Lo machar omer lo aseh kach. And the next day it leads him on to do this. Ad she'omer lo avod avodah zarah. Until it tells him to worship idols, v'holech v'oved. And then he proceeds and does so. Okay? Amar Rabbi Avin. So Rabbi Avin says, Mai kra'ah. What about the following pasuk? He says, that's lo yeh b'cha el zar, v'lo tishtachaveh la'el mechar. Okay? How then do we apply this pasuk? Ezehu el zar. What do we mean then by a strange God? Is it possible that it, right? Sheyesh begufo shel adam. That's possible that it is found inside the body of a person. Have omer ze yetzer hara. Okay? What do we say here? Say this is the yetzer hara, the inclination towards evil. Lo tzricha. Okay? This again was not said. De ka'avid lamirma emata ha'inche bete. Okay? This was only said, okay, in terms of helping us understand a situation where one wants to instill fear among the people of his household. Ki had the Rav Yehuda, like the example of Rav Yehuda, okay, shalif mitzviyata, okay, that he pulled the threads, okay, from his garment, right? Rav Acha bar Yaakov, like the example of Rav Acha bar Yaakov, Tarva ma'ane defire. He broke already broken utensils. Or like Rav Sheshet, Rami la la'amite monine aresha. That Rav Sheshet put on the head of a servant woman a fish brine, a container of fish brine on her head. Rabbi Abba tavar nachta, okay? Or in this case, that Rabbi Abba also broke the lid of a large container. Amar Rabbi Shimon ben Pazi, in a new statement, says, Amar Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, in the name of Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, Mishum Bar Kapara, okay, citing Bar Kapara's name. Kol hamorid ma'ot al adam kasher, whoever cries, let's say, sheds tears for a righteous, worthy person. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Sofran Umanichan Babeit Ginazazv. That the Holy One, blessed be He, counts them and places them in His treasury, if you will. Shene'amar, also we have the pasuk, Nudi Sefarta Ata Shima Dematai Bena'adecha Halo B'Safratecha. Okay? Counts my grieving, put my tears into like a bottle, are they not in the book? Okay? Amar Rab Yehuda Amar Rav. Says Rab Yehuda in the name of Rav. Kol Hamit Atzel Behespedo Shel Chacham. Whoever is lazy in terms of reciting a eulogy, eulogizing a sage, Ru'ui lekavro b'chayav. Okay, that person deserves to be, it's as if they deserve to be buried. Okay, also. Shene'amar, as it says, Vayikavru oto b'gvul nachlato, b'timnat serach, asher bahar Ephraim mitzafon lahar ga'ash. Okay, so that citing, they buried him in the border of his inheritance, Timnat Serach, okay, near the hill country of Ephraim, on the north of mountains of Ga'ash. Melamed Sharagash Alehem Har the Horgan. It says that it's as if the mountains got angry at him and sought to kill him. Amar Rabbi Chia, says Rabbi Chia bar Abba, Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Again, Kol Hamitatzel Behespedo Shel Chacham. Again, one who is lazy about eulogizing a sage. Midah keneged midah. It is, again, one act, again, carried out against the other, right? Shene'amar, as it says, Bis'as'ah B'shalcha Trivena. Okay, Israel, okay, again, served in these days. Eutive, but I might challenge this. Okay, the pasuk was, in a measure, sends away and contends with her. And Rabbi Chia challenged this. Eutive, Rabbi Chia ba'abala Rabbi Yochanan, v'yavdu ha'am et Hashem, right? Kol yemei Yehoshua, v'kol yemei hazakinim, asher ha'erichu yamim acharei Yehoshua. He cites a pasuk that the Jewish people served, right, Hashem after Yehoshua's passing, and the sages continued likewise, implying that they did not give Yehoshua the proper eulogy. Okay, and therefore that seems to be contradictory to what was said. Okay, Amar Le, his response to him was, Bavlai, you, so to speak, foolish Babylonian. Yamim ha'arichu, shanim lo ha'arichu. Okay, their days were long, but not their years. Ela me'ata. But from here, what do we learn? Okay, Laman yerbu yemechem v'yemei b'nechem. When it says that your days will be multiplied, and likewise the days of your children, Yamim v'lo shanim, are we talking about days and not years? Bracha shani. With a blessing, it is different. Okay, we'll just finish up a drop more. Va'amar Rabbi Chia, says Rabbi Chia bar Abba, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Echad min ha'achim meit. When one of brothers, okay, dies, okay, all right, Yid'agu kol ha'achim kulan. That all the brothers, in other words, all the members of the family should be afraid. Echad mibnei chavura shemeit. One of members of a group of people dies. Tedag kol hachavura kula. Then all the members of the group should be afraid. Amre la Demet Gadol. In one case, we say it's when the oldest or the head of them dies. Va'amre la Demet Katan. And others say that it's when the youngest dies. The implication being that if the least significant person of the group is the first to die, what does that say about the entire group? And we're going to stop right there, okay? And first Amud is not too long, then the next Mishnah for tomorrow is a bit longer. So wish everybody a good Shabbos, right? And stay well, everybody.
Shabbos, Rabbi Green, be well.
Shabbos, good Shabbos.
Thank you very much.
Everyone have
Have a good Shabbos.
a good Shabbos, everybody.
Shabbos, everyone. Shabbos.
Shabbat shalom.